So this movie had like 0 Dalsim. Just saying. Dalsim from Street Fighter, not in this. Guess I'll just go watch City Hunter. Am I the only one that's seen City Hunter? That's fair. I'm the martial arts film freak. And I watch Kung Fu Yoga.
呼呼十八腿, Damo from India.
Kung Fu Yoga stars Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan's character is... he's Indiana Jones. He's an archaeologist that's also a professor that finds a mission. Really, this movie is just essentially Raiders of the Lost Ark, but replace the Ark of the Covenant with a stone that makes you maybe the king, prince, god of India? Maybe? This movie actually opens with a pretty cool animated sequence. It looks like a mixture of Lord of the Rings and Onimusha, the video game. Lord of the Rings because giant elephants, and Onimusha because, I don't know, they look like samurai. The CG used in this sequence is not amazing. It's like late PS2, early PS3. About that time in video games when we were like, yeah, that looks amazing. But then looking back, we're like, we got a long way to go. This sequence really grabbed my attention, mostly just because I was like, this looks awesome, and I want to play this video game. And then I got sad because it's not a video game. This movie also, for a minute, doesn't understand how to use narration. This whole battle sequence is narrated by Jackie Chan, and then it cuts to, much further in the future, and he's teaching this event in the class. Makes sense, right? And later there's some more narration, and I'm like, so is he teaching this? Is this a teaching moment? Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm being an asshole, but that's what I was thinking. This movie got weird a few times. Immediately when Jackie Chan sees the Indian woman who needs his help, light glows on her golden, because she's gorgeous, and all the guys are just staring at her. Except for the girl. The girl doesn't stare. And that was weird. That happens multiple times. Another, where the girl who was not staring is walking onto the beach from the water in a very revealing bikini, and all the guys are just like, whoa, except for Jackie Chan. That was weird. I didn't want that to happen, and it was weird. There is a lot of CGI in this movie. A lion, some wolves, some hyenas. There's a fight scene with hyenas, and I don't mean like they're trying to escape hyenas. I don't even mean that there's a fight scene while there are hyenas around. I mean that they have a fight scene with hyenas while they're trying to escape them, but they hit them enough that I'm like, this is a full-on hyena fight scene. And I mean, it's weird to watch somebody kick a dog, and you're like, yeah, get away, kick a dog, but it's a hyena, so I guess it's cool, but that was weird. That was a weird moment. The lion was okay CGI. A lot of CGI went into that lion. A lot of CGI went into that opening scene. A lot of CGI went into that lion. And the hyenas, because they had to kick some hyenas.
Oh, nice kitty.
There were some CGI wolves that looked really bad. And that scene was not good. They had to scare away the wolves, and the way they did it was by throwing snowballs at them. Okay, that's how wolves work. One of the fiercest creatures in the wild. And how do you get away from it? Just throw some snowballs. That'll work. Some good writing. There was a car chase. The car chase was a lot of CGI. It was not practical much at all. There was probably a few actual cars. There was a lot of CG cars, and that did not look great. The CGI in this movie was not very good. Fight scenes. Fight scenes were actually quite okay. They didn't bore me. There's some current Jackie Chan movies where the fight scenes are just meh. But I think the fight scenes were actually not that bad because Jackie Chan did not have the brunt of them. I think Jackie Chan still has a lot to offer to the martial arts world. He doesn't need to. The man's had such a career that he can take a break anytime he wants. But he hands off some of the martial arts in this to an actor whose name I keep having to look at. It's not even that confusing. It's Arif Rahman. He's not Indian. He didn't look Indian. Pretty sure it's Chinese. He was good. I like him a lot. I want him to be in more movies because I immediately took to him and was like, that guy is cool and I want to see him more. There's the villain in this movie who has a couple fight scenes that are fine. I don't know the actor's name. One second. His name is Sonu Sood. He is Indian. He is this regal prince-like man. Stands tall all the time. What's his name, do you ask? What's his name, you ask? Oh, the most fierce name in the land. Terrifying name. When people hear this name, they run. They cry. They hide the children. His name is Randall. You scared? Finding out his name seriously detracted from any fear of him at all. He kind of had a couple badass moments, kind of, he looks pretty fierce, mostly just because he looks regal, and regal people are scary. But no, Jackie Chan asks, what's her name's character? Disha Patani. He asked her character, who was that man? And she says, that's Randall. Okay. She even keeps going and says that he is the last of the bloodline of the prince or king of India that was in that animation at the beginning. And I'm like, I don't care. His name's Randall. That's funny. I'm not scared of him anymore. He's in the rest of the movie, and the whole rest of the movie, I'm like, yeah, your name's Randall, dude. I don't care. Naming is important, people. Like, there's a reason we were afraid of Darth Vader. It's because his name was Darth Vader. People who spoke German were like, oh, it's German for father. No, people who don't speak German were like, that dude's terrifying. If his name was just Ken, now you see this dude choking somebody and he throws him against the wall, and they're like, oh, who's that guy? And like, that's Ken. I'm not scared of Ken. Okay, Randall, sit down. It's cute. You have cute prince clothes. Just sit down. I don't care. There was one moment in the movie where the dialogue just made me audibly say fuck you, and it's maybe just because I don't understand or know. I'm ignorant to, I guess, Indian beliefs and teachings of yoga, I guess. I don't know. There's one point, I have a comb in my hand. There is one point where they're about to dive into some freezing cold water, and Jackie Chan says something, can't survive. And then the Indian woman just says, fire breathing technique, and immediately I'm like, Dalsim. That dude had fire breathing technique. No, there's no fireballs spitting out of mouths. No. She talks about, breathing and everything. That's fine. But then she proceeds to say, we spent 9 months in a mother's womb. It's not that we can't breathe underwater. It's that we forgot how. No. You see, when we were in the womb, there was an umbilical cord feeding us some nutrients and stuff. So, I'm not good at science and biology. That's my least successful, educational thingy. I'm not good at any science. I'm not. Curriculum. There you go. I'm not good at any sort of science. I'm awful at science. But, fuck you. You're wrong. And then I won't spoil the ending. But I'm not keen to the way this movie. Maybe I'm not keen to I don't know the message it had. But there's all I was following the purpose, everybody's purpose in this movie, and then they get to the ending, and then it was all. I'm not going to say what happened, but it was just kind of all for nothing. It was a combination between it was a Chinese film and a Bollywood film, and I know apparently they don't like saying Bollywood, so I don't like to say it either. But that's what it was. Just the way it ended, there's a conflict. There's Randall, and then there's Jackie Chan, whose character's name in this is Jack. There's the conflict. They're opposing each other, and then in the end, something happens where I was like, cool. None of your fucking points mattered. Neither of you are here for a reason at all. Why this movie even happened? I don't know. They made some money, I guess. Unless they lost some with that expensive lion. Lion puked. That was gross. I like the lion. I laughed a couple times at that lion, and then it puked, and I was like, you lost me, lion. I was on your side. I'm trying to remember the lion's name. It had a name, and I don't remember. Let's call it Ken. So in the end, what do I give this movie? I wasn't super keen to watch this movie. I didn't really want. I knew that it's a new movie. There's probably going to be some people interested because it's Jackie Chan. I love Jackie Chan. Some of his stuff that's coming out these days It's not always the best. There's some stuff that's still really, really good, but he kind of takes some jobs, just like he did in the mid 2000s. Some stuff's not always going to be amazing. But what do I give this? The story is essentially Indiana Jones. The ending made it in the movie completely not matter. The cast did completely fine. Awkwardly, everybody in this movie speaks English. So, like, the Indian characters speak Indian, and the Chinese characters speak Mandarin or Cantonese. I can never tell. But how do they communicate? Well, they all speak English. That's always good. There was some bad dubbing in there. Jackie Chan spoke his English. I think Arif Rahman, the guy that I liked, pretty sure he spoke his English. Did not sound badly dubbed. Some of the characters, that was not their voice. That was not great. Fight scenes were okay. They kept my attention. Some of them really good. Arif Rahman, I really liked his stuff. There was a really good sparring scene between him and Jackie Chan, kind of a sparring scene. Jackie Chan's like, "Have you been keeping up with your kung fu?" And he's like, "Kinda." And he's like, "Kinda" means no. So they have a bit of a sparring session. That was fun to watch. I like Arif Rahman a lot. I hope he gets more movie roles. Apparently he's played Bruce Lee before. That's interesting. And the bad guy's name is Randall. So altogether, all things considered, what do I think of this? I didn't hate it. I just, I don't hate that I watched it. 2.9 puking lions out of 5. 2.9 puking lions out of 5. It's not quite up there at 3. 3 kind of makes it, like on Rotten Tomatoes, that's fresh right there. 3 is fresh. But it's kind of just below that for me. I wasn't super pumped about it. I don't hate that I watched it. I enjoyed myself. I just didn't enjoy myself. So yeah, 2.9 puking lions out of 5. Thank you all for watching. Follow me on the social medias at Tristan_Glover_, at Marshall_Arts_film_facts is both on Instagram, and one of those is also on Twitter. I will put them on here and also in the description. Thank you for watching, and have a good one. I am sweaty. So this movie is apparently a bit of a sequel to The Myth, 2005 Jackie Chan film The Myth. I'd probably just rather watch The Myth.